everybody. Welcome to another episode of She Builds Tech Skills North America. My name is Kandyce Bohannon, and I'm a solutions architect at AWS, and I'm based in the Twin Cities, and I work with large enterprise customers. In case this is your first episode of ours to watch, just a little bit of background on She Builds. This is a global program. It actually started in Australia and then EMEA, and we recently launched here in North America like a year ago. And the whole goal of She Builds is to support diverse careers in technology. So we want to enable women to progress through their careers in technology through engagement and upskilling, and episodes like this where we have us co-hosts here from AWS, as well as some of our customers come on and talk about what they're doing with AWS. So today I am joined by MJ, and MJ, would you like to give a little intro?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello again, everyone. I am MJ Zulueta, Customer Solutions Manager Leader here in AWS, and happy to be back for another fun episode of She Builds. You mentioned about She Builds, so I just want to share why I joined She Builds, Kandyce. So I think this is a great opportunity that I can actively contribute in fostering diversity and inclusion, and I could also leverage my skills to empower and hopefully inspire more girls in pursuing career in STEM, and also encourage ladies who would like to transition their career into tech. So that's why I'm happy to be part of the She Builds core team. All right.
And we're very happy that you're here with us. I love getting to work with you. So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Our special guest today is Dawn Pielstick, and she is a VP of Information Systems and Applications at Mutual of Omaha. And today we're going to play a video, a recording that MJ and I did with her, and we got to learn more about their call center modernization. So call centers, I'm sure that we all experience them. Your internet goes down, you got to call somebody. I bought some pants for my son and they don't fit. And so why can't I just initiate an exchange? I have to call somebody, and you go through a series of like, click a button and do this and that. And finally you get a person on the phone, and sometimes they know, sometimes they don't know what you actually need. So I've experienced this from this side, as many of you who are watching probably have as well. But MJ, you actually worked on the inside of a call center. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So funny thing is that 7 years of my early career life was in contact center. I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I remember how we had to put the customer on hold many times and open up multiple screens just to get the summary of the customer information before we can proceed on a call. So imagine how frustrating it is for the customer. But contact centers have come a long way since then. This is why I'm super excited about this interview, because I guess we'll hear from Dawn more about the modernization that they did in Mutual of Omaha. So I guess, Kandyce, without further ado, let's go ahead and play the recording of the interview with Dawn, and then invite her back later after the video.
So. Absolutely. And for any of our viewers, if you have any questions, comments while the video is playing, please post them in the chat and we'll do our best to address those. So here we go. She Builds Tech Skills North America. I'm Kandyce Bohannon, and I'm a solutions architect at AWS. And today I am co-hosting with MJ. MJ, would you like to do a quick intro?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm MJ Zulueta. Happy to be here again. I'm a customer solutions leader here in AWS.
And we are very excited to have with us today Dawn Pielstick, an IT VP at Mutual of Omaha. And she's going to talk to us a bit about some of the ways that they're using AWS at Mutual of Omaha. So thanks for being with us today, Dawn.
Yeah, thank you.
As we kind of kick things off, could you tell us just a little bit about your background? Like, what do you do at Mutual of Omaha, and what was your path to get into that role?
Absolutely. So again, my name is Dawn Pielstick. I'm an IT vice president supporting one of Mutual Omaha's business segments. That means that my teams manage and support the technology that provides key capabilities to our business partners that they need to create, sell, and maintain products for our customers. So my path is I started at Mutual of Omaha as an intern, probably too long ago than we want to talk about. I came back as a developer after graduating from college. I worked as a developer for a while, and then I moved into project management and then to management. So, I've been all over IT at Mutual, and that has really set me up to help lead the activity we're here to talk about today, which is how Mutual of Omaha transformed their contact centers by implementing Amazon Connect.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, awesome. And since you mentioned, Dawn, that your team has a goal of maintaining the business support for partners, what are the business challenges you're trying to solve, especially with a 100-plus-year-old insurance company?
Yeah, so we're dedicated to future growth through innovative solutions, strong marketing, and best-in-class customer service. And so a common theme in our mission, vision, and values is our customers. We exist for them, and we want to help them protect what's important to them. And so that focus really led us to how could we provide the best experience for our customers by transforming our contact centers. We had a lot of legacy in the technology stack that supported our voice channel, and decided we wanted to tackle that problem head on.
Yeah, and this topic is something close to me because I used to work for a call center. So, in transforming your contact center or voice support, how did you approach implementing the transformation in it?
Yeah, so it was really exciting, in my opinion. We decided to take a greenfield approach to transforming our contact centers. That's not an opportunity as a technologist you always get, right? So when we started this journey, we had an on-premise and non-IP based telephone system, an on-premise CTI or computer telephony integration system, and we proposed a radical change and decided to proceed with contact center as a service, or CCaaS, moving to the cloud for both call routing and for call delivery. So we looked at multiple leaders in the market in the second half of 2017 and ended up selecting Amazon Connect in late November of that year. That was the first workload to really push Mutual of Omaha into the cloud. So we started with a blank slate. We built our enterprise AWS ecosystem. Then we built the environments we needed to move our contact centers to the cloud. So that didn't mean we just started using Amazon Connect. To build that ecosystem, we had to consider everything that would be needed to have a resilient and secure AWS cloud presence. So in our CCaaS instance alone, we utilize numerous AWS services to provide that customer experience we desired. Things like S3, Lambda, CloudWatch, Lex, DynamoDB, Poly, Kinesis, right? The list goes on and on and on. So we officially selected AWS as our platform in late November of 2017. We started building our AWS ecosystem in January of 2018. And we migrated our first really small contact center to that platform just 4 months later, April of 2018. So we've got about 20 different contact centers in our organization. So we just prioritized and began working through migrating them one by one. We moved our largest customer service center to, in November of 2018. And then we finished migrations in 2019. And today we have over 1,700 agents defined. We have about 240 contact flows, 30 Lex bots, 175 Lambda functions, and about 220 call queues.
Wow. That is super impressive. So exciting. You got to start from ground up.
Yeah.
And now you're using so many of these services. So you gave us a lot of numbers. We love metrics. So thank you for all of those. Those are super fun. But how are you measuring success? Like, is it just number of services launched? Like, how do you measure success of this program?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I mean, all those metrics and things are fun. I think as IT people, we love all the techie stuff. But for us, it was really about our customers. So customer satisfaction scores were really important to us. If you complete a transaction with us over the phone or over the web, we send you a survey and try to get feedback from you. So we didn't want to do any harm. We wanted to make your experience better, not worse, right? Reduced cost was another success measure we were looking for. In the telephony environment, you have to scale up your infrastructure to support your biggest, heaviest volume days, right? So we needed all that capacity, maybe a few less days a year, but we're paying for it all of the year. So our hypothesis going in that a consumption-based model would reduce our, per call cost, which proved to be true. A couple other things we looked at from a success factor is increased self-service rates. We really wanted to be able to serve a customer however they wanted to be served. And so, we made it so that anything available to the IVR is also available via our website, and you could serve whenever, however you wanted to serve yourself. And then really a big driver for us was also greater flexibility and faster changes. So requests for IVR changes used to take us like weeks and months. It was black box technology that you needed certain skills for, right? And we wanted to get something that we could deploy on our pipeline, use skills of resources we already had, and have that go really a lot faster than it had been in the past.
Wow.
That is awesome. Lots of different ways of slicing this and looking at all of the different ways that you were able to be successful in that. So very cool. Another thing, like as we kind of think through your timeline there, you did amazing. Like you decided November of 2017 that you're going to do the thing, and November 2018 you had done the thing from zero to a lot. It also sounds like you had this implemented right before COVID started. Like if I had to guess, you were in V1 in 2019, right before.
Yeah.
Can you tell us just a little bit about what that looked like pre-pandemic, post-pandemic? Like how did you benefit from that timing?
Yes, I feel like this was a huge success story for us. So I'm confident that if we would have still been using our on-prem phone system and CTI solution when the pandemic hit in 2020, we would not have been able to make the move to a fully remote contact center in a quick or easy manner. In that environment, we were reliant on our contact center agent having a POTS or a plain old telephone service phone line that they could take calls on. And that wasn't an option when you couldn't put people in your building. So as part of our migration, we had moved all of our contact center agents to laptops and USB headsets. So that made it very easy for us to move all our contact center agents remote overnight. As long as they had an internet connection at home, they were able to get on their laptop and take calls. Our building closed unplanned overnight in March 2020, and we were able to have our main contact centers open just a few hours late that first morning and ensure our customers that we were still here to serve them. So today, the majority of our contact center agents actually are still remote. Any that are coming into the building are coming in because they want to, not because they need to or have to. And we've actually been able to expand our talent pool across the US instead of just local to Omaha.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And talking about career pool, like I'm going to switch quickly on that. I heard that it's, Mutual of Omaha is the best place to work at when you're a women in technology.
Yes.
So tell us more about it.
Yeah. So, there's a few awards I'd like to call out. In 2022, we were on Fortune's Best Workplaces for Women. And we were recognized as having one of the top internship programs in the US. That's important to me because I started there as an intern, right? So far in 2023, we're a Great Place to Work certified, and we're on the Fortune list of America's Best Employers and the Fortune's 100 Best Companies to Work for. And then we're also on the Forbes list of Best Employers for Diversity. So you're going to find, if you come to Mutual of Omaha or talk with people from Mutual of Omaha, you're going to see strong female representation on our board of directors, on our company's executive leadership team, and then on our IT executive leadership team that I'm part of.
That's awesome. And you yourself has a very impressive career path. So for those who are, identifying themselves as women in technology, what advice would you give to help them encourage, to get themselves into technology?
Yeah, so I would say dream big, keep learning, and don't be afraid to fail. The tech industry has transformed the world in ways I couldn't have even imagined when I started my career. If I even think back a year or two ago, I mean, things have just changed so dramatically. So if you think you have something in the tech space mastered, think again, because it's changed somehow, or it's going to change somehow very quickly. And then I would say, mistakes are part of the learning process. I've worked in a company that I feel like has really helped me embrace, like, hey, you failed, but use that as an opportunity for growth. Earlier in my career, I had a leader use the phrase fail fast and fail forward. And I really like that. Like, take what you've learned, apply it, keep moving forward, and, learn those things and do those things as quickly as you can.
Love it. Yes.
Also so important. I really like the thing about just failing forward, because that's a thing. I know it kind of makes you uncomfortable when you have to fail, but everyone fails. Not all the time, but we fail.
And I think we look at failure as a bad thing, and I don't know that it is, as long as you learn from it and keep moving. So, and there's lots of opportunities for learning and growing in this space, right? So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Good. Well, Dawn, I really want to thank you for your time and your words of wisdom that you shared with us and the audience today. I think it's very valuable. I think your career has been really cool, and what you're doing today with AWS as well is just a very exciting and transformative thing that you're doing in the insurance industry. So thank you so much for being with us and sharing your wisdom with others here today.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I really love that interview. I like a lot of the things that Dawn told us about there. And as I was watching this for like the 5th time or something like that, there were a few leadership principles, like the Amazon leadership principles, that I kind of want to talk about right here. First of all is like customer obsession, right? So all of this stuff was done on behalf of the customer. Customer satisfaction was a key metric. Customer obsession. I love the things that she talked about at the end, those like big pieces of advice. Think big, learn and be curious. Like I'm taking her words and putting them into our leadership principles. I like fail forward. I don't really know which leadership principle that falls into, but all of those things are things that we promote here at Amazon. And I feel like they're just good things for people in general to apply to their work and their life. So those are some of my favorite things. MJ, what did you love about that?
Yeah, you're spot on in the LP, so I resonated on that one. But at the same time, aside from customer satisfaction, as a previous call center, employee, I think it's also employee satisfaction, because we minimize the complexity of our system that we have to pull up, all the downtime that we have to go through because of older or legacy systems. So that's the best way to retain your employees in a contact center. It's employee satisfaction. Yeah,
definitely makes sense. Yeah. So if anyone else has any, I see Robert has posted a couple of good comments in there about failing, like we learn from failures and things like that. But if anyone else has anything that kind of resonates with them or questions that you would like to ask, we have a very special guest. Dawn was able to come back and join us. Let me add her to the stage. Hi, Dawn. Welcome back.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. So, Dawn, we loved your interview. It was very crisp, and like the business value was very much there. So, thank you a lot for all of that. I think it was super helpful for everyone. Yeah. As we kind of kick things off and let people maybe come in with additional comments or questions for you, you do see that we have Dawn's LinkedIn posted there in the bottom if you want to connect and follow Dawn there. But let's talk just a little bit about first jobs. Like I feel like that is a thing that we've hit on kind of a lot. Like, was your first job that internship? That was the very first time you got paid?
Yeah, primarily. I grew up in a small town farming community. So like my first job would have been helping out my parents, to be totally honest. They had a small business. My dad's a veterinarian. But yeah, I went to college planning to be a CPA. I thought that's what I wanted to do. And I took 2 semesters of accounting and thought, yeah, this is not for me. But I was pursuing they had an option for what's called a management information systems degree, an MIS degree, and that required me to take a computer programming class. And I took that shortly after that. I loved that class, and I thought, this is what I want to do and what I want to get into. So yeah, that's how I got there. I was really fortunate to get an internship at Mutual and get to spend a summer, and like that really solidified for me, like this is what I want to do. I want to work in this type of environment and do this for my career, and I'm still there. There's new opportunities all the time in this field, and so yeah, it's been a great journey.
Yeah, and since we're talking about early careers, like how about you, Kandyce? You mind sharing us your first job?
Well, the very first job that I got paid for, I was a birthday party hostess. So I used to do little kids' birthday parties at a mini golf and like laser tag type of area. and then I waited tables for a little while. But I think that those skills also, and working on a farm, like that teaches you hard work.
Yep.
I think it's important to work hard and to have that customer obsession. I'm a birthday party hostess. Like, let me go ahead. I don't really like balloons, but let me learn how to make a flower out of a balloon for you, little girl, you know?
Yeah,
So,
totally agree. Totally
yeah.
agree. Skills that don't get on your resume, but definitely influence where you are in your career today, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I did see a question from Robert. Basically, Chuck E. Cheese was my Robert's first job was at Chuck E. Cheese, and he was Chucky. So that was basically my competition in my small town. It was right down the street, and I worked at a mom and pop type of Chuck E. Cheese. So, anyways, yes.
Hey, being Chuck E. Cheese in a suit makes you resilient. So it entails patience and resiliency. So there you are. Kudos to Robert.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I also saw a question about wanting to learn more about Amazon Connect. So I made this banner just for you. You can start your journey around Amazon Connect right there, and learn a little bit more about what that can do for you. But Dawn, what do you think? What do you think was the coolest thing about working with Amazon Connect? Can you give us like an executive summary? Yeah.
Yeah. So, we brought AWS in when we did like an RFP process for different technology vendors. And one of the things I think that sold, so we brought our business partners and our IT partners together to talk to each of these different vendors. And the thing I think that sold us on Amazon Connect most quickly was that they built a contact center in about 2.5 minutes. It was super simple. The flow was easy, but everybody in the room could see you drag, you drop, you have some conditionals type thing. And wow, my cell phone is ringing, to take this type of call. And so I think that was part of the cool part and learning. You can just, I have an account and I can go out there. They don't let me code anything anymore, but I can go out there and play and kind of figure those things out and figure out how that might plug into your environment without officially taking like a class or that type of thing. We had a AWS solution architect actually come in and do like a boot camp for 2 days with a bunch of our developers. They were JavaScript developers, so they understood that concept. And then hey, here's a couple of our use cases. Let's figure out how to plug those in. And we did a lot of on the job learning to figure out how to implement this in our environment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta love working with the solutions architects in AWS. They love workshop and hands-on experience and immersion days with our customers. We live and breathe those type of workshops with our customers. So cool.
Yeah.
I would actually say that's my favorite part of the job. I just put together a whole syllabus around serverless training for one of my customers. So we can go deep. I think we have 1,000 workshops. So if you do have an account team, anyone who's watching, and you want to learn a new thing, you should reach out to your account team, and I'm sure we can help you with hands-on workshops.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm just checking if there are any other questions. Looks like we don't have any other questions, but we have some commentaries. Like they don't let me code anymore. Is the whole mood. It happens. Okay. All right. But yes, I guess this has been a very good session, Dawn. Again, it resonated a lot to those who have contact centers. Me personally, I am super pumped with this interview with you, and a big thank you to you, Dawn, for your time today and sharing with us how you and your team modernized the call center or contact center in Mutual of Omaha. So for our viewers, don't forget to follow our She Builds channel, and we will see you on our next episode of She Builds Tech Skills North America.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dawn.
Bye.